Elliot Grinch.
Hey, what's going on, guys? GameboyEG here, back with another LSPDFR GTA 5 quick tutorial. And we're going to talk about vehicle ped spawns as well as ambient ped spawns and changing them. You know, so the vehicle ped spawns and ambient ped spawns, as they are titled, are occurrences that happen frequently in particular scenarios or locations. So two that I know of in particular that I frequently change within the meta. One is where it's a lady, it's usually a lady or female ped, walking the German Shepherd, and the downfall is, you know, especially for those who play LSPDFR, you don't want to see the very nice German Shepherd canine ped being walked by some random stranger, you know, wherever. Usually I see her in particularly on the beach. That one I caught my eye, stood out a lot when I would play regular GTA, and I was like, oh, I gotta change that. And the other one is the Blazer, which I'm driving the lifeguard Blazer here on the beach. So the one that frequently comes out when I do my beach patrol, I was like, I'd rather have the what's it called? I wanted to have a cop driving a PD police department Blazer, rather that. So so that's just two in particular that I know of. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get them to spawn. Usually I have to ride all the way over here, and once I get those to spawn, then we'll go over to my desktop and I'll show you how to change those out. So of course you can definitely just change the Blazer by just going into the into the pop groups and changing out the well, not the pop groups, but going into your vehicle, changing the vehicle out into a PD Blazer, of course, but then you still have to change the driver, make sure that the driver is a cop ped. But anyway, let's see if we can find these ambient spawns. So I might have to change the time to like an afternoon time, but let's see what happens. All right, give me a moment. Let's give it a moment, because you know how it goes with GTA. And usually the ATV is over here. He comes riding along over here somewhere. All right, where you at? Let's turn around. So like all of this stuff, these are ambient ped spawns. So you can change these particular scenarios, change them out rather, so that it's a different ped model that does that particular task, or a different vehicle. It's up to you. I was talking about this in the previous video that I did, where I changed out the deer. So I changed the deer into a horse, and and I replaced the default ambient deer spawn with the regular default deer spawn, but I changed it to an actually to a different type of deer. So I'll put a link up above, and you can take a look at the video, and you'll see in the video when I'm driving around through Polito, you'll see the different type of deer. And then I also have it set to where it's a 50% chance that the default deer will spawn when I play the game, or if I'm in that area, and then there's a 50% chance that the new deer model that I placed into the game will spawn. So like this is a vehicle, this is an ambient vehicle ped spawn right here. So like this vehicle, like the ATV, will just drive across the beach. You know, the destination is set by the game, obviously. You know, same as this. Like these are ambient vehicle spawns. It's just vehicles that are given a particular task of, you know, on occurrence, different occurrences, and there's a percentage you can change it to and from. Most of them, they're pretty much default set to 1. Like I think it's 1%. I think that's what that means, but there's a 1. And this is just so that all the other particular ambient events will, you know, sometime occur. You know, instead of it being the same, you know, repetition, you know, repetitive thing happening over and over again all the time. And that's why I say, like, with the vehicle ambient spawn will happen with the vehicle, meaning like the car, the lifeguard car, or it might be the Blazer, like I'm riding right now. And like I said, sometimes you have to drive over to another location just to get the occurrence to change up to something else. So because that vehicle ambient event took place there, I'm now trying to look for the German Shepherd. I don't have the police German Shepherd installed, but at least I'm gonna see the lady. So this way, when I do the change up and we come back, you guys will see what I'm talking about. Okay, what is this? That's a bird. Okay. All right, let's ride along the boardwalk. So like this guy, like you can change out the dog that he has with him when he does this particular, you know, ambient event. You can change that dog out. Like, if you know, what type of dog is this? Let's take a look. So just so I can show you guys. So this is the retriever. So like, say if you had a canine retriever, a particular model, that retriever would show up with this guy. Like if you change if you change the actual retriever dog in the game, that model, he will have the same model because that's the only retriever the game knows. But if you added a different model, you wouldn't want him to be walking around. Like say if it had a canine vest on the dog, he would have the canine vest because that's the default model. So you can actually change that out so that when you add a particular model to the game, it won't be the ped using that particular model. You can change that model out. So we might have to just go with that and just get right to my desktop, because that's pretty much what I was trying to show you guys. I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of, you know, what I'm referring to before we go into the meta and mess around with that. So like you can change this tractor to another vehicle, another model vehicle that you added to the game, so that it's not, you know, this particular vehicle. Or you could change the percentage by adding that model into being a vehicle ambient event that happens, you know, within the game. So and let me make sure, let's just drive over here one more time. So as you see, those vehicles have disappeared. And I believe that lifeguard just disappeared. Oh, no, he's over there. Okay. But as you can see, the vehicle disappeared. So like I said, those are ambient events. Those are just events that are going to happen. The same as these, these ladies here on the beach. These are all ambient events. And they can be changed to whatever model you choose. You can change the model out. So I wanted to show you guys I'm trying to see if the ATV will show up now. Let's just take one more drive down and come back. And then after that, we'll just head over to my desktop and we'll do a couple of changes so you guys will understand what I'm referring to. All right, and once again, I want to thank you guys for supporting the channel. Like I said, you see this ambient event, he just disappeared. He's gone now. And I'm gonna go to the other side of the boardwalk, and I'll come back. Let's go to the other side of the beach real quick, and we'll come back. And I just want to thank you guys once again. I know I was in the mix of that, but I want to thank you guys for supporting the channel. I appreciate you guys and all the supporters, and all the support goes very far with the channel. I know I'm just growing, trying to grow the channel. So like I always say, tell a friend to tell another friend, all right? A lot of things on the way. And let's go over here and let's see. So the messed up part is that we're all learning a lot about GTA 5, and soon we'll have to, unless things are pretty much the same. 'Cause I don't think it was that huge of a difference between modding out GTA 4 and GTA 5, besides like the file text name, tech names and things like that. But and let's see if we can get the ATV to possibly spawn. Let's see if we get lucky. Okay, no, it's still gonna have, for a moment, it's still gonna be the car. But as you can see, the car keeps spawning. All right. And once again, see it's the same thing. So, and I have to take a look. Maybe because I've had my game. I've already changed the car to a Blazer. Maybe that's the reason that the car keeps spawning. We'll take a look at the default meta, because I've modded so many of my games. Sometimes I lose track. But anyway. All right. But you guys will actually, you'll understand more once we go into the metadata files. All right. But anyway, let's head over to my desktop and take a look at these files real quick, and then we'll come back to the game. All right. All right, guys. So we're back on my desktop, and I'm going to do two things. The first one, I was going to save it for another tutorial, but I'll just do it in this tutorial, which was adding another model and then placing that model in the game as a replacement, or to add on into the game as that has a probability of being an ambient spawn in the game. Anyway, the canine thing is not going to work out, only because I couldn't show you in the video, the gameplay video. So I'm going to change something we always frequently see, which is the deer. I'm going to add another deer into the game, and hopefully when I load up the game, I'll show you the new deer all around the area. Let's put it like that. Okay, and I'm going to change. I'm going to use a default vehicle just to replace the lifeguard vehicles, just to show you what I was referring to as far as with the Blazer and the lifeguard truck. All right, so anyway, we're in my mods folder. Open4 is open. We're going to go to update, common data, AI. All right, so we have AmbientPed model set meta, and we have vehicle model set meta. So just to show you guys a couple of things. So let's say with the ambient ped model set, we're going to mess with the deer. All right. So when you go through the forest, this is just, what this ambient model set means. This is where the game, this is the pool where the game grabs the model that it's going to use for ambient spawns for certain scenarios that happen throughout the game. So this is where you'll see that. So like I was trying to tell you with the shepherd, this is why if you use, let's say, a canine mod and it's AC shepherd, the game is going to use that model. So if you just replace a character, if you replace a model instead of adding a new model and then changing the name so that it has its own distinct name and its own distinct ped meta, the game is going to use that model for everything. So let's say if you change, what is I always forget what Franklin's dog is. Franklin's dog is a Rottweiler? I think it's a Rottweiler, right? Yeah, so I think Franklin's dog is a Rottweiler. So if you change the Rottweiler, because I've seen, I used to go, I used to do it too with playing LSPDFR, and then, you'll see your dog all around town, like everybody's using your canine, But this is where the game pulls from. This is the pool that it uses. So it'll grab anything using that model set's name, and it's going to use it. It's going to utilize it. So if you're just replacing instead of adding on new models to the game, that's what's going to happen. So like I used to see the lady that I'm telling you on the beach had the canine vest on, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that's not realistic, So I started adding on vehicles, and then I would change things in the AmbientPed model set or the vehicle model set. I would change things around in there just because I didn't want the game using things that are specific to, let's say I'm playing with LSPDFR. Those are specific to law enforcement only. So I don't want the civilians using this stuff. So this is where you come to. So you just have to know the model that you're changing, and you have to know how to add on a model and then replace it, make it an add-on and then add it into or take it away from. That you can also take away from too now, or you can just change around. Like let's say, to make it easy on yourself, you can just change, instead of having the AC shepherd being used by the game, you could just do it like this. Copy AC Rottweiler, copy, and replace the AC shepherd, so that any scenario using animal dog shepherd, it's going to use the Rottweiler. It won't use the model for, the shepherd model. It won't use that dog. It won't use that, canine. If you have a canine replaced, just change this, and that's it. The game will not use for any, you won't see the shepherd spawn anywhere in the game, and that'll take care of that. So that's up to you. That's another option that you can use. All right, so let's go back to home, and we're going to put that back for now. All right, so I just wanted to show you guys that. So we're going to go up here to animal deer. So as you can see, for any scenarios, we only have the AC deer. I used in my previous game, link up above, so you guys can take a look. But you'll see it also at the end of the end of this. We'll go back into the gameplay. But we also have the follow deer. Let me see. Do I have the picture of the follow deer? Let's see. So this is what the follow deer looks like. I hope I'm saying that right. Follow deer or fallow deer, whatever. So this is what it looks like. So I placed this in the game, right? So I have both this deer and the default deer in another game, not in this game, but I'm going to add the follow deer into this game. So what you do, that was because I had the horse model also inputted into the game as well. But anyway, what we're going to do here, we're going to do replacement for, I'm going to replace the deer with the follow deer, just so you guys can see the difference. Instead of, but on the vehicle model set, I'm going to actually, replace that vehicle as well. It's just pretty much, I just want to show you guys that you can also do an add-on. Matter of fact, I'm going to add on the follow there. So what you do is from item to item, we're going to copy. I'm going to add it on just so you guys can see, oh, pardon me, I was copying something in my game, copying a game file. All right, so we're gonna add another model to this model set here. We're gonna add another deer. So it's just gonna be AC deer 2. I'll make it real simple. But this I'm gonna put at 100. Right? Also, matter of fact, before we, well, always have a backup. This is my modded game, so I can always go get the original because I really didn't change anything. And we're gonna make that AC deer 2, but it's gonna be 100% chance that this spawns over the default deer because we'll go over the Polito. I just want to show you guys that this will pop up, so we're gonna save that. So we'll come to this later. So that's the AmbientPed model set. Then you have the vehicle model set. We're gonna go into edit, and we're gonna go down to lifeguard. Okay, we're gonna go down to lifeguard. So here, as you can see, it's the lifeguard model set. So this is for scenarios involving anything with the lifeguard up to here where it's the closed bracket. Well, this one, I believe, matter of fact, up to the closed bracket. Anything pertaining to the lifeguard scenarios, this is where the game pulls from. So we have the lifeguard truck, the heli, jet ski, and I was telling you guys about the quad. So if I change this to 100% of the time, that Blazer would have popped up. The quad would pop up, the Blazer 2, right? But this was popping up. I don't know if it goes in order or not, but like I said, if we would have left or came back on a different day, instead of the truck, it would have been the quad. But we're going to do this. I'm going to make this Police 4. Just to show you guys with messing around with this, you can have, pretty much whatever you want to happen at select ambient spawns. So I'm going to make this 100% of the time that Police 4 instead of the lifeguard truck is going to pop up. Okay, so we're going to save that. Now we're going to add the follow deer. The easiest way for me, so I already have a modded version for AC deer 2. The easiest way for me is I have installed add-on folders, of course. Makes your life a lot easier. So I'm going to place it within to extra peds. I'll have the links down below if you guys want to use this stuff. So this already has a peds meta, which is great. And I already have the deer meta. Where is it? Hold on a second. Here's my readme. Okay, there we go. So I already have the ped meta separated, and I already have it for AC deer 2. So I'm just going to copy this. So that's all I'm doing. All I'm doing is taking the AC deer ped meta, turned it into AC deer 2. So now this is Control V. So now this is its own, it's like an added deer to the game, okay? It is an added deer to the game. We're going to close that out. We're going to go back. We're going to go to X64 models, CD images, peds, right? Right? The deer has no props, so we don't have to worry about that. So we're going to take this, drag it here, and that's that. All right, so now when I go back into the game, we should see Police 4 instead of the lifeguard truck at that, especially at those locations where we were at before. And when we go to Polito Bay, we should see the follow deer over the default deer. Okay? All right, so I'm going to close out this stuff. We're going to go back into the game, and let's take a look. All right, guys, so I have the game loaded. We're back at the beach. So what I meant to do is I was going to change the Blazer 2 to Police 4 Because watch, all of a sudden the Blazer is, you know, because you know how it is with LSPDFR. Well, GTA 5. I keep saying LSPDFR. The all of a sudden it's gonna be the alternate vehicle, or another vehicle is now gonna be the ambient spawn. So what I'll end up doing is we'll teleport over to Paleto Bay, at least take a look at the deer, and then we'll come back to the beach. But let's head over to the other side. You know, but that's what I say. That's the thing with the ambient spawns. It's, you know, that's the whole point, is to, you know, kind of throw you off, so you don't have the same thing repeating itself over and over again. So, but let's see what happens. And worst case scenario, I'll just exit out the game, change that to, you know, another police vehicle, and come back. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. So, like I said, so now,
Is that you?
and the ped, that's only because instead of the lifeguard, because you know with the vehicle meta, the cop is the driver of the vehicle. So you can change, you know, go into the vehicle meta, you can change out the ped so that the driver will be, instead of the cop, it could be the lifeguard ped, whatever. You know, let's see if he gets out the vehicle. Yep. So, but this is like, you know, how I do, like if I do my beach patrol, I'll change the vehicles over, you know, for this scenario to be beach cops. I'll change the police vehicle. I'll change them to police vehicles. And so then this way, I'll put the police Blazer or ATV, and that'll be patrolling the beach. And there's another mod, you know, for a bicycle, beach patrol, things like that. But anyway, let's head over to Paleto Bay. I don't want to go all over the place. You know, like I said, it's just so much with this game, you know, and this is PC only, guys, PC only. Just remember that. And let's head over to Paleto. And usually what? Definitely we know that deer location when you drive down the open road. Oh, well, there you go. So as you can see, it's the follow deer instead of the normal deer. They're gonna run, of course. But you can see them over there in the background there. There's a couple of them over here. All right, and so that will be that's my new add-on deer right there. And if you leave it at 1% and 1% for everything, what'll happen is, you know, damn, when you leave and come back or go to a different location, you can have the game alternate between choosing the follow deer and whatever that default deer is. And let's just go to where they always cross in that location where the deer always runs across the street. But as you can see one right over there. All right, so you know, because I know if you guys play GTA enough, you know the location over here with a deer. I think it's this guy up here. He always runs across the street, always. But now it's the follow deer instead of the other default deer. All right, so that's what happens when you deal with the if you go and mess around with the ped model set and the vehicle model set, it will change. You know, you can change the ambient spawns within the game. So anyway, hope this tutorial helped you guys out with your gameplay like it did for mine. Anyway, big shout out to my YouTube subscribers. Without you guys supporting the channel, of course, you know, couldn't bring you more content like this. Also, my Patreon supporters, I appreciate you guys. If you have any questions, get down below. Let me know what you thought of the tutorial. Like, that's the only way I can change things or make things better. It'll help me, you know, as well as encourage me to keep doing more videos like this and bring you guys more stuff that you like, that you prefer. I don't just do this for me. All right. Anyway, GameboyEG sign out on another one. You guys take care. Be sure to like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell another friend. All right. I always forget. You know, I don't want to forget to say that. All right, because that's the only way to help the channel grow. All right. But anyway, GameboyEG sign out on another one. You guys take care. Be safe.